Ito yung delivery na mismo, yung mga sinasabi niyang delivery ng confidential funds. Ang sabi niya, ang first delivery was on December 20 for a politician in Cabuyao, Laguna, in an area inside the industrial park where he could clearly see from our vantage point an SNR membership shopping establishment. So ang problema dyan is, according to Carrila Corporation, which is the owner and operator of SNR, there is no SNR establishment in Cabuyao, Laguna. Ang pinakamalapit pong SNR establishment is in SNR Nuvali, na mga 10 kilometers away po from Cabuyao, Laguna, at hindi po tanaw from any point in the industrial park area of Cabuyao, Laguna. So alam po nating nagsisinungaling siya tungkol dyan. Tapos yung pangalawang delivery naman, sabi niya, dumating sila sa Nomo Basho, a Japanese restaurant in Tomas Morato, at midnight, December 21, 2022. At pagdating daw nila doon, nakita nila si Reynold Monsayak, hindi daw sila nag-usap, sinenyasan lang siya na umakyat ng staircase at doon idala yung bag. Pero ang problema doon sa kwentong yon is that Nomo Basho was closed for a private Christmas party from December 20, 2022 at 11 p.m. hanggang 5:30 a.m. of December 21, 2022. At yung may-ari mismo ng Nomo Basho, si Miss Ann Guyo, she was there from the evening of December 20 hanggang 4 a.m. of December 21. Nag-execute po siya ng affidavit na wala po si Attorney Reynold Monsayak doon at kilala niya si Attorney Monsayak dahil naging professor niya ito sa San Sebastian Law noon. At wala din silang napansin na dalawang unfamiliar na mama na pumasok doon na may dalang large duffel bag. Meron din tayong affidavit mula doon sa nag-book mismo nung private Christmas party, si Miss Vera Tagulao. And ang testimonya niya is over 40 sila doon pumunta sa Christmas party, kilala niya lahat ng tao, employee din siya dati ng Nomo Basho, so kilala niya lahat ng tao din ng Nomo Basho na nandun, at walang dumating na hindi nila kakilala. Tapos may mga pictures kaming pinakita doon sa complaint affidavit kung para ma-demonstrate sa inyong lahat kung gaano ka-imposible yung sinasabi niya. Ganyan po kasikip nung party nung December 20 to 21, 2022. At may hirapan pong dumaan ng kahit sino, lalo na ang dalawang tao na may dalang napakalaking bag na may 30-35 million di umano. Tapos yung third delivery naman, sabi niya, was to the parking lot of the Ombudsman building in the morning of December 21, 2022. Ang insinuation niya is the delivery was for Attorney Ryan Kilala and Ombudsman Samuel Martires. The problem here is that si Attorney Ryan Kilala was working from home on December 21, 2022 and the entire December 2022, the entire month, because of yung alternative work arrangement nila at that time due to the pandemic. Meron po tayong certification from the Ombudsman to that effect. At saka matalik kasi silang magkaibigan ni Attorney ni Ryan Kilala at saka si Madriaga. So ang testimonya ni Ryan Kilala is improbable, imposible ito dahil number one, syempre wala siyang tinanggap mula kay Madriaga, at number two, alam niya kung saan nakatira si Attorney Ryan Kilala, madalas siyang pumupunta doon. So bakit siya magde-deliver sa isang pampublikong lugar kung pwede niyang puntahan lang si Attorney Ryan Kilala sa bahay or makipagkita sa kanya? At si Ombudsman Martires naman, napag-alaman natin na wala pala siya sa bansa noong December 21, 2022. So those are just the highlights of the second perjury complaint. Hindi pa syempre kasama dyan yung painting, diba? Si Tanya Gaisano Lee, the real artist that painted the painting, and yung nagbigay kay VP Sara ng painting, meron siyang certification na Siya ang gumawa nun, siya ang nagbigay at hindi si Madriaga as he claims. So, yun po. We filed it last Monday. The update is we will be filing today a motion to consolidate the first perjury complaint and the second perjury complaint dahil syempre related yung mga allegations in the first and second perjury complaint at higit sa lahat we are of the opinion, of course, that the second perjury complaint and his Madriaga's statements in the supplemental affidavit actually prove that he perjured in the first perjury complaint dahil nagbigay siya ng detalye sa supplemental affidavit na madali naming na pasinungalingan. So, yun po ang gagawin namin today. Ang status ng first perjury complaint submitted for resolution na pero dahil nga magpa-file kami ng motion to consolidate, baka ang mangyari is paandarin muna tong second perjury complaint bago mag-decide ang OCP Taguig.
Okay. So, first question, sir. We have here Miss Jai of Bombo Radio. Jai?
Ask ko lang, bakit natagalan yung filing since April 14 pa nangyari yung yung hearing sa Congress, and hindi ba didepensa ng lawyer ni Madriaga na protected siya since may congressional hearing niya sinabi yung kanya supplemental affidavit?
Bakit natagalan? Well, the honest answer to that is it just wasn't a priority at that time to file right away. We were prepared naman to file soon after the affidavit was executed, but it wasn't one of the priorities of the Vice President at that time. And with respect to yung testimony being protected, well, kaya kami nag-file sa Taguig is because the affidavit was executed in Taguig. So we're not really questioning the fact that he read that affidavit in Congress, but the fact that he executed knowingly false testimony in an affidavit in Taguig, in the city of Taguig, while he was detained in BJMP.
And then second, sir, I understand during his testimony before nga sa house, ang sabi niya less than 24 hours and not 11 days na nagastos yung 125 million. And pa-expound ko lang nga yung sabi niyo na he is lying when he said that.
Yeah. Well, yun nga, yung pinakita ko kanina is na-establish na namin sa first perjury complaint na first of all, wala siyang kinalaman, wala silang personal or professional na ugnayan, na relationship ni VP Sara to be even in the position to be involved in the disbursement of confidential funds, for example. Napatunayan na natin na beyond yung campaign pictures na maraming taga-suporta naman ni VP Sara ang meron, wala siyang mapatunayang iba. Kasi ang totoo niyan is si Ramil Madriaga was just one of thousands of campaign supporters of the Vice President. Pero beyond that, wala na po silang relasyon. So, wala siyang personal knowledge on how confidential funds are used or how these are disbursed. Tapos yun nga, when he supplied the details, parang they immediately and publicly collapse under the slightest scrutiny. That's what we say. Kasi, yun nga, sabi niya, dineliver niya sa Cabuyao, Laguna. Sabi niya, clearly, tanaw niya daw yung SNR sa Cabuyao when they delivered, pero wala namang SNR mall sa Cabuyao, Laguna. Sabi niya, may delivery siya sa Nomo Basho, 12 midnight. Ang malas niya, merong private Christmas party doon sa Nomo Basho na napakaliit na lugar. Pinakita natin yung pictures kanina. Imposible na may ibang makakapasok doon na hindi nila kilala at mapapansin nila. And we have testimonies from 2 of the people present, but they can be corroborated by 40 other testimonies. So, imposible talaga yung sinasabi niya. And third, yun nga, yung delivery to the ombudsman, that's highly improbable also, if not impossible, because ito ngang si Attorney Ryan Kilala, yung intended recipient, hindi naman po nagtatrabaho sa Ombudsman building for that entire month of December 2022. At yun nga, sabi ko, matalik na magkaibigan si Madriaga at si Attorney Ryan Kilala. So actually, kung gusto niyang hatiran ng pera, they can do it discreetly sa bahay niya or pwede siyang makipag-meet up kay Attorney Ryan Kilala to a more private place. So talagang improbable itong sinasabi ni Madriaga.
That's all, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next.